What is up, my ducks and drakes? Welcome to the Crowded Lake. Welcome back to Hopefully Good Audio. And today we're going to be reading our song, A Santa Sense Fanfic by ineedofsleep on Wattpad. If you'd like to check out the book or the author for yourself, please look in the description below. They really deserve your support. And today we'll be starting on Chapter 34, Soulmates Are Dumb. Remus. Papa! I screamed while running down the stairs. The author forgot about this until now, and this is important. Remus, slow down. I need my paper signed too. Roman yelled from behind me. I stopped near the bottom and put my leg out. Roman tripped and fell to the ground. Oh my, Roman. What are you doing on the ground? Didn't you say you were the most graceful person on the planet? I laughed. Remus, what's the problem here? Papa asked while holding out his hand to Roman. A trip thingy for soulmates, I guess. Hag told us to sign. You have to sign it for us to go. I held up the paper for him to read over. You do realize this is a trip to my labs, right? You leave immediately after you get to school. It'd be easiest if you were just to go to the lab with me. I looked to Roman, and we had a silent conversation because parents are embarrassing. No, I think we'll just go with the school. Yes, you must find it embarrassing to have your father there with you in front of your classmates. Very well then, let me find a pen, and you two can get back to whatever you were doing. I'm so glad it's Papa that works in the lab instead of Dad. He would have made us go with him. I walked to the living room and sat upside down on the couch. Roman went to do whatever, so I was left alone. Okay, I signed it for both of you, so make sure you return this to your teacher. I'll be in the kitchen if you need me. Father placed the papers on the coffee table and left. Now, I'm alone. It was about 2 a.m. I skipped down to the park, to the tree, and whistled for him. There wasn't any sounds. Am I the first one here for once? Damn. I sat down and just decided to play with my sweater sleeves. I heard some whistling after a few minutes. Yay! What you doing? I smiled. Meeting up with a mysterious soulmate that doesn't want me to see his face because he's an insecure mess. Damn. That would be really hurtful if I was anybody else. Anyways, I'm going to do some science-y shit tomorrow. I hope I can cause a gas leak. Don't die on me, otherwise I wouldn't know what I'd do. Don't worry, I conquered chickenpox, the flu, allergies, and breaking my leg. I think I can handle not dying. Okay, then. Anyways, I was thinking about the competition again. Yeah? Think about how dumb I'm being? No, I was thinking about stage fright. What if I can't do it? What if I chicken out and we don't meet each other? Oh, shit. Well, if you don't do it, then I guess I'll just say screw it and turn around and kiss you. That was partially a joke, and if you guys so much as mention when I almost kissed Dee, I'll resurrect Elmo and make him haunt your cult. Dang, then I guess I'm going on stage, he laughed. Wow, I'm not that bad, and what if I kiss you? When I know who you are. Then I guess I'm kissing a person I've never seen before. Unless you end up being someone I know. Later in the day, we got up for school. Where is my other kazoo? There it is. I held the 3 kazoos in my hand and stood in front of my sleeping brother. I looked at the time. 3, 2, 1. It's a mental breakdown! I screamed and played the tune, a final countdown on the kazoos. I got cut off by Roman taking it and throwing it out the window. I should have closed it. Good morrow, dear brother. Get your ass up. We got a trip to the labs today. Why did we only remember the paper the day before the field trip? Because the author can't seem to remember a fucking thing without going back and reading stuff. Now hurry up and get dressed. Tom and Jerry is on. I ran around and down the stairs to the TV. Why don't we have a TV in our room? Oh yeah, I'll let you guys imagine what happened. A few minutes later, Roman came downstairs and we sat on the couch watching Tom and Jerry for a while. But you know, parents wake up for work. Boys, you guys awake? Yeah, Dad, we're in the living room. Did you guys eat yet? No, but Remus had some Pop-Tarts in his bag. Okie dokie, I have to go to the daycare today, so if you want, I can give you a ride to school. I'm also working at the caf tonight, so... You're not picking us up from school, we know. That was weird. I don't want to be in sync with Roman again. A little bit later, we were in science class. Any questions? The scientist person asked in the lab. Yeah, why is the author so fucking lazy? She can't even say what happened in the last few hours, Remy shouted from where he was sitting. What? That's not a real question. Do you have a real question, young man? Remy groaned, which caused a few people to laugh. What happens if your soulmate hates you? Roman, stop it with the stupid questions. Oh my god. Soulmates have fights, like all couples have fights. It's natural. We're human. Does anybody have a real question? I raised my hand. If I have 200 pancakes, how many birds would it take to get an orange? Funfetti. Now, an actual question regarding soulmates. I like this science lady. She answers my question. Is it possible to get a new soulmate? I don't even know who asked that one. Probably Emil, since him and Remy are basically fucking already. The lady stopped and stared into a giant group of high schoolers. No, that's enough questions. Good day, everyone. The lady walked into another room. What the actual fuck? If any of you guys know what happened, please tell me before I break your kneecaps and make sure you live to see your loved ones die. That's a joke. Haha. Will everybody please escort yourselves onto the buses? You will wait there until it is time for you to go to your homes. Hey, look, it's Papa. Hi, Papa! I screamed. Everybody looked at me, then at Roman. He glared at me like he did when I accidentally caused a car crash by helping a rat across the street. Bit later on the way home. Remus, please don't ever scream like that again. You distracted everybody. Papa said as we drove back home after 2 hours of Roman and I just sitting on some chairs in the lab. At least I didn't start a fire this time. Anyway, who was it that asked the question that made the lady scientist go into the other room? It was Emil. Called it. I was meaning to ask you two about that. Why would Emil ask about getting another soulmate? His soulmate died, Roman said gently. It's not like it matters. Him and Remy are already obsessed with each other. Well, that would explain something. Soulmates are a complicated thing that have reached many levels, but there has been no record of someone getting a new soulmate, so it's most likely impossible. Wow, the universe lets soulmates do whatever the fuck it wants except people switching soulmates? It's almost as if the author is making it impossible for Remy and Emil to be soulmates. You, Remil shippers, must be mad. Oh, she really didn't think this through. Soulmates are dumb anyway. You could have written about anything and you chose a fanfic about soulmates. I'll shut up now before the comments get mad at me for saying that. Sorry, not sorry. Chapter 35. Blindfolds are dumb. D. Virgil's having a crisis on top of the fridge. Remy is singing Fergalicious on top of his lungs, and there are pancakes on the ceiling. I hate that this is a normal morning in this house. I grabbed a ladder and a spatula, trying to get the pancakes off the fucking ceiling. I don't even know how the fuck they got up there. After doing that, I turned off the speaker to hear Remy still singing it perfectly. Hit it, Virgie! Virgil screamed from the top of the fridge. I'm not even surprised Remy can sing this part. After he finished, Virgil and I clapped. Emile bowed very dramatically. Virg, get off the fridge. We have a field trip today, so you can just pretend to pay attention while freaking out. Fuck you. I'm a fucking king up here, and I'm never going to school. A little bit later, I can't believe you got us to come to school. Well, it's kind of easy when I have a gun pointed at your head, when all of you only have a pocket knife. Virgil stuck his tongue out at me, so I flipped him off. Girls, you're both petty. Can we go home now? I have a full playlist that I want to perform in the living room. Remy pulled out his phone and let us look through some random playlists he had on Spotify. I really don't think you can rap to the fast part of Rap God. Remy lowered his sunglasses and raised an eyebrow at me. Hey, homos, what you doing? There's the bastard, right on time. Wait, the Barbie song? Fuck yeah! I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic. It's fantastic. You can brush my hair and dress me anywhere. Imagination, life is your creation. And there's the other twin. Oh, Virgil better hide from his problems. Roman stuck his head out from behind Remus. You guys have such a good sibling relationship. What the fuck? Is it twin telepathy? I asked. No, we might look like we love each other, but if we were cities, I'd be in New York and he'd be London because he is always trying to drive in my lane, Roman said while pushing Remus away. I heard some mumbling after that and turned to see Virgil curled up against the window with his hood covering most of his face. What was that raccoon face? I asked. Nothing, Happy. A bit later, the teachers led us all into the building and made us sit on some cheap folding chairs in a room that was just big enough to fit everyone. Some lady went onto a mini-stage and started talking about soulmate and her research on them or whatever. After she was done talking, she started asking if anyone had questions. Why do I have a feeling one of my idiots are going to ask an idiotic question? Yeah, why is the author so fucking lazy she can't even say what happened in the last few hours? I fucking knew it. What? That's not a real question. Do you have a real question, young man? What happens if your soulmate hates you? I looked in the general direction of Roman was sitting, and then to Virgil, who was sitting next to me. He was messing with the strings of his hoodie and looking down. Well, isn't this interesting? Remus asked some question that made no sense whatsoever, and apparently that qualifies as a real question. Is it possible to get a new soulmate? Oh, look who was thinking about what I said. The field trip is very entertaining. I wish I had some popcorn because this is better than rewatching the second season of Shake It Up. And that is the story of how I almost blew up a playground. This was the most boring part of my day. Now for something interesting. Virgil kept hiding his face when Roman was around. Any idea what that's about? I asked him. Remy looked towards the stairs and smiled. What was he thinking? Virg's trying to hide something. You said it when Roman's around. It's either he's trying to accept that it's his problem, avoiding Roman because he doesn't want to apologize, or... Remy smirked and started humming something. There was some thumping before Virgil appeared on the stairs. I do not have a crush. Stop humming that damn song. Virgil having a crush on Roman? I should really start carrying around popcorn. Wow, sounds like you need to bring popcorn everywhere. He laughed. That's what I've been thinking all day. Hey, I was thinking, and I thought of something. Well, what the hell was he thinking about? You ever watch Bird Box? Yeah, why? I felt something nudge me, and I looked down to see a hand holding on a cloth. Blindfold. Put it over your eyes. I have one too. This way we can actually hug and shit, and we don't have to see each other. Such a genius, I said sarcastically. Should we actually be doing this? It would be nice to hug my soulmate, but why is he so caught up in hiding from each other? But it would be better to know who my soulmate is. You know what? Fuck it. I took the cloth and tied it around my eyes. Okay, fine. I heard some shuffling and felt something beside me. I just stayed where I was and thought about this. I heard him laugh before an arm wrapped around me and pulled me to lean against him. Don't be so tense. I'm not gonna bite you. Unless that's your kink. I think the fuck not. I've just never really, done this. Unless you count my friends always leaning against me like I'm a damn pillow. If it makes you feel better, I never really do something like this unless it's someone I like. How is that supposed to make me feel better? I'm not one for talking about feelings and shit, but what I mean is, I like you, dork. Really like you, so stop worrying and hug me. I twisted so I was sitting in front of him and leaned against his chest. I'm starting to doubt my plan about revealing at the singing competition. What do you mean? I mean, I want to know you, now. If you only want to, blindfolds are dumb anyway. Without thinking, I jumped up. Yes! After talking about another minute, he left. He said he would be right back, but I'm scared. What if he's going to ditch me? Why wouldn't he? I was a little too eager. Maybe he's having second thoughts. I'm never going to know who my soulmate is. Okay, it's safe. On the count of 3, we take our blindfolds off. Easy peasy. But before we actually do this, are you sure? He didn't leave, thank God. Yes, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Demetrius! I heard right before I could take off my blindfold. I felt hands placed on my cheeks before my face was pulled upward a little bit. Holy fucking shit, this is my first kiss. I don't even have time to take off my blindfold. Our lips parted, and I quickly finished untying my cloth. Remus! Finally, oh my fucking God, a certain emo's voice shouted from behind a bush. I told you to fucking leave! Remus shouted back. Virgil laughed and walked out so we could see him. Wait, you fucking knew who my soulmate was, and you'd even fucking tell me? Why, you malado bastard! Okay, calm down, Remus tried saying. And you knew he would... And you knew he knew who we were. I'm going to murder someone if... I was cut off by Remus kissing me again. Okay, well, if that's it, I'll be going back home. Wait, Virgil. Keep this a secret for us. He nodded and continued to leave the park. Chapter 36. 1,252 Words of Dumb. Remy. I don't have a crush. Stop humming that damn crush song. Hush, hush, hush. Blush, blush, blush. Fuck you, I don't have a crush on anybody. Both of you be quiet or I'll not hesitate to kick you out of the house. If you're going to continue fighting, I suggest you leave now. I think we hit a nerve. Nerve is a funny word. Nerve. I'm gonna go back to watching Sleeping Beauty then. Laters, taters. I want tater tots now, dang it. Time skip. Virgil and Dee practically left me this morning right after we got to school. They walked off, leaving me with nothing to do but rule the school. They've been acting weird all morning. I'm not sure I could find someone to hang out with. Not Roman, because Virgil's trying to avoid him right now, and I honestly don't want to hang out with him. Oh hey, look, it's Emil, Joan, and Talon. What's up, bitches? You never talk to us anymore. What's happening? Joan asked. V&D ditched, and you're the only people I think to have a normal conversation without fearing the knife I have in my pocket. That's reasonable. We're just talking about Selim Leucotheriums. I totally being a vegetable. But it's not, and stop saying it like that. It's just a tomato. I'll continue saying it like that until you can say the thing you enjoy. Okay, both of you calm down. Just because you accidentally messed up once doesn't mean you get to tease them all the time. This is amazing, and I need to hang out with these people more often. Okay, let's be on our way to class. Joan and Talon agreed and went to their class. You want to walk to math with me? Yeah. I started walking with M, soon catching up. So, you hear any news about that dickwad of your father? I asked, remembering his dad left them. He called the day after telling us he sent divorce papers and to bring them to the courtroom in a week. He wasn't that mean about it, I guess. He's letting Mom keep the house. So, the bitch has a soul. You know, if he didn't let you keep the house, I would have no problem with buying you another house. I have a few $1,000s lying around, probably. You wouldn't have to do that, Remy. But I'd want to. You guys are probably thinking this is cheesy and dumb, but yeah. Hey, Remy, if NASA confirmed that there may be a parallel universe, I don't know, let's say Antarctica, what's the first thing you would do? Dee asked randomly on our walk home. Does this parallel universe have a meal, or is it some place that we're all just characters played by some guy in his apartment to create different series or short videos with his friends like the other place? Like a universe without soulmates, or where we're all mythical creatures, or we're superheroes. You guys are talking weird, and I don't want any part of this. We weren't even talking to you, Virgil. Shut up. Okay, fine. We'll talk about something normal. Willow and Olive are coming to hang out, so please don't fight. Do you think we can actually go all an afternoon without fighting? That's hilarious. A bit later, we got home. Willow and Olive finally got to our house, so we were all just sitting in the living room talking for a while. Hey, Willow, when's the singing thing? I asked because y'all are probably wondering. 2 weeks, but this is a book that gets updates randomly, and she has a few chapters planned before the singing competition, so it's hard to say. Damn, Remy, you infected her with yours and Remy's weirdness. And who's the bitch that has a crush on that weird bastard that started a terrifying cult? His face turned red and he immediately sighed something. I wish I knew what he was saying. Will and Olive laughed before Will sighed another thing. Of course, she knows it. This some sort of sick joke? Did I miss a chapter? I'm going to murder someone. Most likely everyone that knows sign language. Virgil, you realize that this is cheating, right? Olive asked. What's Virgil cheating on? I'm so confused. Yeah, but nope. And how do you guys know about the thing? We read the chapters. What did you think? We were fourth wall breaking characters and we wouldn't read them? I'm going to die if one more person mentions a stupid book, Dee groaned. I have no idea what you two are talking about. I have no idea what anybody is talking about right now, so everybody shut the fuck up. Virg, Olive, Willow started laughing while Dee just tried covering his face. I bet the damn answer is right in the words, but I'm done with this sort of thing. I'm just going to leave these bitches. Bye, bitches. I'm going to Emil's house. I grabbed my jacket and some random heels and walked out of the house. I texted Emil. Hey, I'm coming to your house. He texted back. Okay, I'm just watching Lilo and Stitch. He is adorable. It's amazing that the shit going on in his life, his parents getting divorced and his dad leaving, even if he was shitty. I wish I was like that. Instead, I'm still sad and I could have prevented Isaac's death, which could have prevented my mother's death. You guys are probably going to tell me that it wasn't my fault, and if I could, I would tell you all to screw off, but I can't, so just know that it's implied. Whatever. I'm almost at Emil's house. I should have drove the car. I ran up to the door and knocked like Anna from Frozen. His mom opened it. "Hello, madam. I'm here to hang out with Emil." She smiled and stepped aside to allow me to come in. "I heard about the divorce, and I'm so happy for you. I am so good with parents." She started talking, and I didn't know what she was saying, but I'll act like I do, and probably read the translations later. "Mama!" Emil said something in her language right before grabbing my wrist and pulling me to his room. Is this how he felt when I took him to the spot on the cliff and totally wasn't a date no matter what people say? I think she went from denial to acceptance way too quickly. Denial to acceptance? Why is nobody making sense? The stages of grief. Now, anger, bargaining, depression, then acceptance. It may have not been happening these past few years since I came out as pansexual, but there was a time my mama and dad loved each other. Oh, I get it. Like how when Isaac and my mother went from anger to depression to acceptance. That's dumb. They actually have 8 stages to this shit. I laughed. Yeah. Anyway, wanna watch Avatar? They have it on Netflix. Sure, babes. We got more comfortable on its bed, and he turned on his TV and switched to Netflix. This is good. I like this way more than what was happening at my house. But this chapter was dumb. 1,252 words of dumb. Chapter 37. Secrets are no fun. Remus. I climbed back through the window and flopped on my bed. This was the best night ever. Damn, I'm cheesy as fuck. Nah, screw it. I could be as cheesy as I want because I have a boyfriend and Roman doesn't. Haha, bitch. Remus, you just got back? I woken him by internally making fun of him. Bro, it's 4. You're never this late. Shut the fuck up so I can go to sleep. I quickly shushed him and turned to face the wall. After another minute or so, I heard some snores, and though back to seeing Dee in the moonlight after taking my blindfold off. I also thought of how I specifically told Virgil to go to his house so I could meet my soulmate in private, and he immediately betrayed me in hiding behind a damn bush. Dee asked him to keep it a secret. Wonder why? Bitch won't let me know why. Anyway, the time skip is coming, so I'll just ask Dee when I see him at school. Later on, I was walking with Roman, and he was bummed out, so it was boring. He's not even paying attention to where he's walking anymore, so I have to constantly be making sure he's still on the sidewalk. If he wanders off one more time, I'm not going to stop him from being run over. Never mind. I guess we're at school now. Wonder if they're here yet. I just go to my locker and sell some Tic Tacs. After a bit, when I was selling some orange Tic Tacs to one of the basketball players, Virgil and Dee came running down the halls at full speed while nearly crashing into multiple people. Damn, I don't like these people. Virgil stopped at me and laughed as Dee caught up. No, go back and knock over those people, please. No, I don't feel like running after already, beating Dee. Anyways, we kinda just ditched Remy in the courtyard, so if we see him being carried in a damn throne in a bit, that's probably why. No, I read this chapter. He kind of just hangs out with Emil, I informed them. Okay, what are you doing? Dee asked. Selling Tic Tacs like they're drugs because the school bans them, and for some reason because it's school equivalent to illegal teenagers need a break from laws of the school board, and I'm their only resource for some reason. This isn't the weirdest thing I've done. Okay, time for something that's actually important. Dee, why don't you tell me to keep this a secret? He looked a bit nervous, and Virgil just snickered like a damn chocolate bar. Demetrius is embarrassed. The purple fuck sang. Why the hell would Dee be embarrassed? That just fucking hurts. It's not what you think. I just don't want people to know yet. Shit, that's not better. I'm scared. Well, you better not be scared by the sinking thing, because me and Rem made a bet, and I'm not losing my month's allowance. Now, excuse me, I don't have to see Roman until 4th hour, and I want to enjoy the 3 hours before that. Dee quickly walked away, like a gay hearing it would take 15 minutes to get somewhere by making it 5. I looked back at Halfie to see him still trying to figure out how to logic his English. Hey, it's okay. Man, this is so cliche, but I need to calm him down before he shuts down. We can keep this a secret for as long as you want. It's okay. I was just asking. But you look so hurt after Virg said I was embarrassed. I don't want to upset you. Oh my god, my life is becoming a freaking cliche sitcom. More like a fanfic written mostly at night. But okay, I need to get to class before the dorky teachers give me a detention again. Later, Dee Dee. I gave him a small hug and slammed my locker shut. I ran to class and made it just as the bell rang. Hello, class. That doesn't even teach me to speak English. The teacher sighed and motioned for me to sit in my seat. Okay, now that Remus had officially made his entrance, we can begin. Did everybody finish the essay? A few people raised their 5 pages of how Romeo and Juliet taught about the power of love or some shit or whatever. Some people said they didn't print theirs, and a few people didn't even know we had an essay. Remus, where's your essay? Finn, where's your essay? I asked back. Teacher looked confused and was obviously about to yell at me for using its first name, but I'm not dealing with that. You said, and I quote, I want everybody in this classroom to write exactly 5 pages on how Romeo and Juliet show what the meaning of love is and how it helps us better understand it. Now, you often say that when we pass the door frame into the room, we are in the classroom. At the time you told us this, you were standing exactly 1 foot from your desk and 16 inches in front of the board. That seems to be in the classroom to me, and I think everybody here can agree. So I ask you again, Finn, where is your essay? He started stumbling over his words, and I laughed. Well, it seems as though the debate teacher last year taught me something, but you seem to fail at teaching us any real things, like typing an email to an employer or discussing difficulties in understanding different sentences. I can inform the school board about this, or you could give me a hall pass and allow me to turn in my essay in a few days. After a bit more arguing, the teacher let me leave class. Time to pay some classes a visit. I skipped down the field to a tree where I often consume the vitamins and dietary needs I have to allow for fellow human companions. And those human companions just so happen to be the sons of the feared crime boss and their bodyguard, who just so happens to be my soulmate. Papa would be proud of me Englishing smartly. Hello, fellow homosexual homo sapiens. Hey, Trashy. Sup, Remus. Hey, Ree. I sat down and pulled out whatever Dad packed for me for school. Yes, my dad packs my lunches. No, I don't feel like I needed to say this before. And yes, I will ask him to pack lunches for the Colts. Anyway, Remy and Virgil talked for a bit with Dee, sometimes adding stuff in, and I just want a physical affection from my soulmate. I know I said I'll keep it a secret for as long as he needs, but I still want a hug at least. Remus, what are you doing? Remy asked. I am trying to get a hug from the closest person because I'm an attention-seeking asshole right now and I want a hug. Well, it's technically not a lie, technically, not the truth, so I think I'm good at keeping secrets. Dee finally gave me a hug, so I was satisfied. A bit later. Papa, I'm going to go to a friend's house, but I'll be home by the time Gag gets off his shift at the cafe, so don't worry. No, Roman, you can't come because Virgil is still avoiding you. I screamed before darting out the door. Halfway down the street, I got a text from Papa basically saying that I gotta be home before 6. Yay, curfews. I walked all the way down to their house and opened the door. They really need to learn how to lock their door. I heard talking in the living room and walked out there. Cool. It's just Dee, Virg, Will, and Olive. Dee, your boyfriend's here. I blushed because we hadn't really said we were boyfriends yet. I sat down by him and watched as everybody continued talking about me and Dee as if we weren't here. Yo, wanna get out of here? They're just gonna tease us. I nodded and Dee led me to his room. It was really simple, to be honest. There was a small table with a snake cage, a small TV, his bed, and a few other things. He turned on the TV and played on his bed. I immediately played next to him and watched TV for a bit before asking him something. Are we boyfriends? Do you want to be? Yeah. Then we're boyfriends. Now be quiet, Jesse's on. Well, that was easy. I felt him cuddle into me and we continued watching Jesse. Although I got home late and Papa yelled at me for not being home on time, I think it was worth it. Chapter 38. This is bullshit. Virgil's point of view. I came back downstairs to see Willow and Olive teasing Dee about his new boyfriend. I'm gonna join. I jumped on the chair and watched for a moment, but before laughing with them. Dee and Remus sitting under a tree. Kissing. First comes love, then comes marriage, because those plans are not going to waste. Shut the hell up before I stab you guys. Yo, Dee, your boyfriend's here. We all looked over and saw Remus leaning on the couch. He blushed, but walked in to sit next to the blushing idiot. I can't wait to get that money from Remy. Remus Dolan, or Demetrius Kingsley? Olive asked. What? Who's going to take whose last name? This is very important when planning a wedding. Dee's going to take Remus's name. Remus Duke Dolan sounds strange, Willow answered. But Remus is strange, and I think that he would like Dee's name. I'm not wrong. Remus is really strange, and I'm actually scared about what their wedding would be like. Maybe be like the Beetlejuice wedding? Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing that. Why don't we just ask them? Hey, guy, they're gone. Where'd they go? Maybe they're in Dee's room. I motioned them to follow me and be quiet. We walked up the stairs and put our ears against the door. Are they watching Disney Channel or Disney Plus? I hear the TV playing. Are we boyfriends? Remus asked. It's not official yet. Dee better say yes. Do you want to be? That's not a damn answer, Dolan. Yeah? Then we're boyfriends. Now be quiet, Jesse's on. That's not how you make it official, you damn half-faced dork. Maybe I'm just mad because Remy isn't here hearing this. I could have gotten the 1,000 now. I walked back downstairs, shortly followed by Willow and Olive. So, when are you going to tell Roman you like him? Will asked. I don't like Roman. What are you talking about? Why are you avoiding him? Because you don't want to apologize? Because you're a salty bitch? Or because you're trying to come to terms with your feelings? No, Olive, I'm avoiding him for any of those reasons. And I have a right to not answer that question. Sure, Virgil. Now excuse us. I have to go work on things, and I'm dropping Willow off at her apartment. I waved them goodbye and groaned. This was meant to be about Remus and Dee, and not about me and Roman. I don't like Roman like that, and if I ever stop being a stubborn piece of shit and talk to him again, we'll be nothing more than friends, even if I did want to be more than friends. I'm too much of a bitchy person for him to go out with me. No, stop thinking like that. You don't have a crush on Roman. A bit later, Remy came home. I'm home, bitches! Damn it, Reddy, I just lost $5. Why couldn't you stay at Emil's house for another 2 hours? I groaned. You guys made a bet on how long I'd be at M's? That's just rude. I honestly thought I would have to go there and bring you home myself. $5 is $5. Unless it's 1,000, because that's how much I'll be getting at the singing thing. Girl, you really think I'm definitely not self-convenient enough to ask someone out? A little brother bodyguard person would be able to get a boyfriend before the thing? Look at him. He's a dork. I looked over at Dee to see him looking like he was about to scream into a pillow. To be completely honest, I want to do the same. I can't wait to get the money. Yep, no, excuse me. I need to go battle my brain over something that should be completely obvious. Time skip. It's almost 2 a.m. and I'm a mess. I don't know if I like Roman, don't like him, or if Will or Olive were right. I just need to sleep on this. Thank God it's the weekend and I could just stay in my room and avoid everyone. I played in bed and got comfortable with the cold side of the pillow. Then there was a knock at my door. Who is it? Go away. A gay bitch. A gay bitch who? A gay bitch with secret boyfriend that's afraid to go to the park tonight. Just come in, Dee. He walked in and sat on the floor in front of my bed. He sighed and looked at me. Help. I can't even handle my own feelings. What makes you think I can handle yours? We stayed quiet for a bit before he pointed to the guitar that I had forgot to put away. What do you play? Not a lot. Play for me. Why should I? Because according to Remy, I'm your little brother bodyguard person, and I want you to play me a song. Go meet up with your boyfriend already. I only know 2 songs anyway, and I don't want to sing either of them right now. He groaned, but left anyway. Great. Now I'm not tired anymore. Might as well go check on Remy, as if he's awake. Not possible, but I doubt it. I got out of bed and walked out of the door to Demetrius, left open. Ah, shit, he is like a little brother. I walked across the hall to Rem's room and opened the door enough to see him lying on the ground, staring at plastic stars in the ceiling. Virdi. It's Virgil. What's wrong, Remy? Acceptance. What is he talking about? I need to help him. I walked into the room and played next to him. I told Emil that I accepted that they're gone, but I lied. I blame myself for fighting with Isaac and treating him like shit when we were dating. Then I worried Mother and distracted her and caused her to crash. He's crying now. Remy, none of that was your fault. You were 9 and didn't know you were going to hurt him. And he lived in an orphanage with people constantly picking other kids to adopt. We don't know how fucked up his life was and how close he was to going away. And Mother was worried about you and him. You didn't cause the crash. Virgil, stop talking for a minute. We were in silence for way more than a minute. I looked over to him after a while to see him starting to doze off. I wiped the tears off his face and helped him move to his bed. There's nothing I could do now. Time skip to later. Stupid Dee and Remy, making me go to the grocery store for them. Why don't we just call Kevin or Matt and ask them to pick up our groceries? So much easier. Dumb rock, paper, scissors. This bullshit. So, I'm in a bad mood. And it could be worse. Locusts could be coming back up after 17 years, or some kind of killer bees could be traveling across the world. I walked into the store and looked at the paper that Dee gave me. Who still writes this stuff on paper? Bread, milk, Oreos, cereal, blah, 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 blah. P.S. Don't kill anyone at the store. Fuck you too, then. I walked down the aisles to pick up the food and started hoping to not attract any attention to myself. I went to get milk, and almost as if this was some predictable story written by a teenager, I saw Fancy Mario and Evil Luigi. Hey, Virgil! Virgil, look, it's me, Remus! And Roman's here, too! I pulled up my hood and walked over to him. Sorry, he's been really hyper and happy lately, Roman said awkwardly while scratching his arm. I stayed silent, which is a thing I've been doing a lot lately. The tension's so thick here, I can cut it with a human heart. Come on, Roman. The twin, dating my best friend, started dragging the other away. Bye-bye, Virg. So that is the end for today. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope the audio was a lot better than last time, because I didn't realize how bad it was until, a couple of days after it was posted. If you'd like to, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps. Please subscribe. We're on our way to 800 subscribers. If you'd like to, leave a comment to let me know what kind of books you'd like to read, or you could go to the Google form in the description below. My social media links are down there, as well as a link to my second channel. Thank you for watching, and like always, do your best.